and welcome back. It's me, Cyber Warrior. Now, before we begin, if you have not subscribed, please, I beg of you, do that. Hit that button down below. Not only to show your support, but so you get alerted anytime I post a new video, just by hitting that alarm bell right next to it. And then on top of that, consider subscribing and becoming a patron on Patreon for two reasons now. Not only does it help me grow and help me get closer to being able to provide better quality content for you guys and the Cyber Warrior Studio streaming service, but also because now at the higher tiers, you get a discount code. Discount for what, you may ask? My merch store. And that leads into WTF Wednesday. What? WTF Wednesday? Yes, that merch store is brand new. I just stood it up today. And I'm doing things a lot quicker than some other people have done in the past, solely because I want to get this stuff out there to you guys. I'm not waiting for, subscribers to come along, for patrons to come along. I'm using my funds to make this stuff happen for you. So all your help, all your support is greatly appreciated. So anytime you can become a Patreon or a patron or subscribe, share my videos, anything like that, it only helps us get closer to having our own streaming service for IT and cybersecurity. So WTF Wednesday, right? And I know you're saying, but what about Web Wednesday? I'd love to have Web Wednesday, but it takes even more funds to get the lab set up and get things moving. And between time and funds, I just don't have a lot of it right now. So once I get all that in and can stand everything up in such a way that I can take you guys through some things, then we'll get into Web Wednesday. And yes, I know about OWASP and all the different labs. Don't get it twisted. I just need better hardware to handle it all. So, more WTF Wednesday. Small businesses, you heard me right, small businesses are finally realizing that social media at work is a bad thing. Now, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if they were doing it on personal computers, but these companies have gone out of their way to allow their users to install this stuff like Facebook or TikTok or whatever the case may be on corporate devices. So their phones, which means they're being tracked and all this other fun jazz. So we all know the privacy issues that go along with all those things and tracking. It's not something you really want with corporate. So small businesses have not put out policies, and even the ones that have put out policies, there have been people that have come out and said that, hey, I've gone around their policies, I don't care. And it's because there's no accountability. So we, as cyber professionals, need to help our small businesses out. And it is something that is sorely lacking in industry. Everybody wants to make the big buck. They want to go after the bigger clients, the enterprises, things like that. So when these small businesses come around, they could only have maybe 100 employees, maybe 200. And some companies do business with them. That's great, but that's not their target market. So they kind of get left in the dust. Even your SIM providers and things like that don't really target to those smaller clients for whatever the case may be. And 9 times out of 10 is because of revenue. But we have to look at it and find ways to reach these small businesses, whether that's through my hopefully soon to be Cyber Warrior Studio streaming service. Again, cyberwarriorstudios.com is currently a swag site, will eventually be the streaming service, or whatever other methods we come up with. But seriously, WTF, people really, really don't care, not only about their privacy, but about the companies they work for. And that's a big deal. A lot of companies don't even have AUPs or anything like that, and even when they do, they're not implementing ways to keep their employees honest. So if you screw up, they don't care, and if they do care, they're not implementing ways to find it, whether that be MDM solutions, which, let's be honest, if they had an MDM solution, which you can get through Google or AirWatch, or there's a lot of them out there, as a small business, Google is actually not too bad, and it has MDM so that you make them install certs. So even if it is a personal phone, you can still control a lot of what goes on it. Or if they're using corporate phones. And again, yes, I know that's a lot of money, but when it comes to a company and their own data and what they consider important, then you need to consider putting an MDM solution in place so that when they want to install software or log on to your network, you can control what devices have access and what you can do to those devices. Now, the only way that happens is if you have an AUP and other security policies in place that manage this stuff, and let users know what can be done, i.e. wiping a phone. But you need to educate your employees. So you can't get mad as a small business that employees are doing things that are either against policy or not really conducive of a secure environment if you're not doing anything to prevent it. If you're working on the honor system, I'm sorry, but since when has the honor system worked? It's been a long time. Money makes the world go round. And people are going to do things to occupy their time that are not business related. So really start educating your employees of what can happen should you find out they are doing things that are against policy. And if you do educate them and it does happen, you need to follow through. So again, WTF, why aren't we following through? It's a big thing. We should be following through with this. So I don't know why at all small businesses aren't really doing a whole lot for it, but we've got to educate them. We've got to find a way to get through. And I'm really hoping, whether it be someone's YouTube channel or hopefully my soon-to-be streaming service, we have a way to do that. And the link for this article, which is from the National Cybersecurity News.today, will be in the description below, so you can read all the details. There's a lot of percentages, and it's a high percentage of people or corporations and this, that, the other that are going against policies and, you know, all that other stuff. So all that'll be down below. So that's 2 WTF moments. One is motivational for me, and well, it should be for anybody, that if you get out there and just do it, whatever it is you want to do as far as making money, helping the community, making a name for yourself. I have made it a point to, you know, try every avenue possible to not only educate and help out the cybersecurity community, but also, you know, just help out businesses or, you know, myself and my family. I mean, I have to look out for us. So, you know, but as of right now, every dime you guys help me out getting, whether it be through subscribers or being a patron or swag shop, goes right back into Cyber Warrior Studios so that I can provide content for you guys, and keep it going. And again, security happy hour. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like security happy hour? It is on podcast also. So you can go out there, download security happy hour on podcast. You know, all these things. So I wouldn't hesitate to, again, I wouldn't hesitate to help anybody. And that's one of the things about WTF Wednesday is I share news, I share information that either's, you know, just WTF, what's going on, what happened, or actual news, like I just said, the small businesses. One of the last things I want to cover on WTF Wednesday is good old Microsoft. Beyond the fact that they released an update that broke WSL2, who'd have thunk they broke something once again. Why you're using WSL on top of Windows, I still haven't figured out. If you're going to use Linux, just use Linux. It's my opinion, whether it's in a virtual box or whatever. I don't trust WSL. That's just me. Who cares if it's WSL, WSL2? It's my prerogative, my opinion. Take it or leave it. It's not the same. But September's 2020 patches came out for Microsoft, and it fixed 129 flaws. Let me say that again, 129. So those are flaws, bugs, security updates that have been around, whether they were caused by the last patch or by whatever means, and they're fixed now. But that leads me to believe, besides WSL, what may have been broken. Because we all know the last update they pushed out, I think it was prior to that, or maybe it was after that. No, it was prior to. Prior to that update, they put out an update that broke Windows Update. So you couldn't get your automatic updates no more. You had to go out online, download it, install it. So good old Microsoft doing Microsoft things once again. So that'd be all from me for your WTF Wednesday. Please, I beg of you, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the alarm if you really like the content that I put out to you guys. Please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. And go ahead and visit my swag shop at cyberwarriorstudios.com. All these links, as well as the links to the articles for Microsoft releasing 129 or fixing 129 flaws, as well as the small business article, will be down below. And I thank you for your time. I thank you to all of my subscribers and current patrons, and I hope that I can continue to provide awesome content to you guys in the future.